over the last few weeks, and over the last few months, over the past few years, one of the biggest subjects that has been discussed across the Nigerian state is the state of insecurity in this country. Now, in all of our conversation, we have been reactionary. We react. There was a stampede in Rivers State. We reacted. Churchgoers slaughtered in Owo. We react. This lady was killed in Socio. We react. And all over this country, bandits and kidnappers and religious extremists, militias, IPOB, Boko Haram, and all of them, we react. We always react because we have always been missing the point. I'm a farmer. I'm standing on a 25 hectares cassava plantation in Gati, Kokona local government area of Nasarawa State. How did this project, this huge size of cassava, how is it that it's sitting here without challenges, without attack or anything? And if you zoom, you see a cattle on the other end grazing. And not just that end, if you look towards this end too, you see some of our cattle also grazing on the other end. How is it possible that you are able to put this in a place like this and have a sense of security and have a sense of belonging, stay with the people in the community and have a life that is different? How are we able to do that? Because we identify that in these communities, food security is national security. Food security is social security. Food security is economic security. Food security is progressive security. Look, something must change. Something has to be different. You can't keep talking about the same, you can't keep repeating the same problem again and again and again and again and you think you're going to have solution. It is never going to work. It is never going to work. You see, we have got to a point in our state whereby elitism defines progressivism, where elitism becomes the source of definition for what needs to be done for the country. We no longer talk about solutions to our problem. We now hallucinate over the solutions to our problem. The solutions are easy. I put up a post a couple of days ago where I said, what is it that has been done with regards to our senatorial districts? Let me tell you, your former Accountant General is accused of either looting or mismanaging 200 billion naira. 200 billion naira will ensure that there is a 125 horsepower tractor, 125, the huge tractor that can actually, if you pan over this cassava, there are tractors that can use to, at this stage, still manage the cassava, spray them, give them fertilizer and so on and so forth. You'll get at least about 20 in every senatorial district. You'll be able to use that to not only have 20, but to have at least 5 combined harvesters. You will have artificial dams. You are going to have rural solutions with regards to electricity and so on and so forth. You are going to have dams. You are going to have ranches and a lot of things that needs to be done to create employment in rural Nigeria. The reality is that if we don't begin to develop rural infrastructure, if we don't begin to create rural jobs, if we don't begin to focus on rural growth, it is impossible to solve the security problems in Nigeria. There is nothing prayers can do. You know, people make jest of the Agbado economy. And I laugh. I said, do you know what the Agbado economy means? The Agbado economy, or the corn economy, is making a decision that in the next 5 years, we are going to employ 1 million Nigerians from all over the world to just plant corn. Did you listen to the Indonesian leader who spoke at the recent economic summit or World Economic Forum? Can you remember what the guy said? The guy said, one product in Indonesia. They stopped the exportation of the raw material. And then they decided to produce that one product in Indonesia. What happened? When they were exporting the product, they made on the average of about $1.8 billion in a year. But when they stopped exporting that product and they started the value addition at home in Indonesia, within 1 year, the Indonesia went from making $1.8 billion to about $6 billion. And within 2 years, they went from $1.8 billion to $20 billion. That is the impact of the Agbado economy. The Agbado economy is saying that Nigerians want to plant maize. And every local government in this country has to plant maize. And the government is going to put money into planting maize. You're not that you go to political farmers and they give them money to farm. No, go to rural Nigeria and plant maize. If Nigeria goes from harvesting 10 million tons of maize in a year to 20 million tons of maize in a year, do you know what that means? It means that your revenue as a nation will double. It means that the people you employ as a nation will double. It means that your capacity for industry will double. Imagine doing that in Agbado. Come. Imagine doing that with soya beans. Imagine doing that with cattle. Imagine doing that with yam. Imagine doing that with cassava. This is cassava. What it means is that the solution you seek with guns and boots, you will find in hoes, in cutlass, in tractors. The solution you seek in churches and mosques, oh, in Jesus' name, Allahu Akbar, you will find in maize and God working with what men have done. And so it hurts. It's painful. It hurts because today, all we do is wake up on social media and then with so much pain, with so much anger, with so much worry, we begin to accuse the full animal. We begin to look at IPOB. We begin to look at our challenges. We are afraid of bandits. I told you before, I said, the time is coming when Abuja will no longer be safe. If rural Nigeria becomes a landmine, urban Nigeria will no longer sleep. If you don't take care of the interests of the people at the local level, do not expect to find peace. Do not expect to find comfort. Do not expect to find happiness. Because happiness is a product of a nation's collective decision to become productive for the greater good of our future. You know, when I see Nigerians wake up and say, oh, you see the king of Dubai, the emir of Dubai, the leader of Dubai, he died. And look at the man in a place. Oh, to go to earth we come, to earth we shall go. You see it? What is all this money made for? So, not well. But not well at all. That man is dead. Dubai or UAE is better for it because there's going to be over $20 trillion, you said, Chibi. That money is going to be used to build the new future, the new generation, the new country, the new people. And here we are. Here we are talking about a nation who is only sanctimonious when it comes to talking about themselves, their spirituality. And we don't become sanctimonious when we're talking about the growth of our country. Insecurity is a local issue. Insecurity is a rural problem. Until Nigeria solves the insecurity problem, we can never solve the urban security problem. This security problem at the local level is driving all of us insane. It's going to get worse. It's going to become more bad. More of us are going to become sorrowful because we failed to take care of this country yesterday. Our failure as a country is our fault as a people. And until and unless we take this Agbado economy seriously, until and unless we take this cassava economy seriously, until and unless we take the soya beans economy seriously, until and unless we take the cattle economy seriously, until and unless we take the goat economy seriously, until and unless we take the palm tree economy seriously, until and unless we take the orange economy seriously, until and unless we take the mango economy seriously, until and unless we take the sesame seed economy seriously. Unfortunately, sorrows, tears, and blood is what we're practically earned. Weep not for my country. Weep not for my leaders. Weep not for our people. My generation cost by inability to do what is right. Lovers, I don't go.